Alabama residents are going to see a $100 increase in their utility bill directly because of Donald Trump's policies. But the best part, the utility company is sending them letters letting them know it's Donald Trump's fault. Now, this is in Huntsville, Alabama, and Huntsville Utilities sent a letter to some of its customers letting them know this. You could pause if you need to, but they are going to receive a $100 increase because the grant that reduced their bill by $100 is being rescinded by Donald Trump. Yeah, they're letting them know this is Donald Trump's fault. We're not taking the hit for this. Now, Donald Trump promised people that he would cut utility bills in half in the first 12 months. And instead, these people in Huntsville, Alabama, a deep red state, are going to see it increase by $100. The worst part, these are the poorest among us. These are people that desperately need this, so they don't have to make a decision between lights or food. And Donald Trump is taking that away. The man who campaigned on lowering costs are making them go up. And now people know, beyond a shadow of doubt, it's his fault.
Explain something to me. I live in Alabama, and
another FIFO
usually averages between $200 and $250 a month. Can someone please explain to me how my utility bill went from $250 a month to $696 this month? Could someone just please explain that to me? I know.
Let me show you why. Ready? This guy. That's why your electric bill went up. Trump. No more subsidies for Alabama. No more subsidies for red states. Woo! MAGA! Woo! Go Trump! Go broke!
Accounts have been debited. They're just taking money out of people's accounts as part of their utility bill. Oh, Trump cut off all that money. That's been helping pay your utility bill, Alabama. And so now we're going to start taking all that money back. And by the way, you owe. You owe. You have to pay money. More than you have been, not only for your additional bills, you have to pay back what Trump is no longer allowing to be spent. And that, Alabama utility customers finding, hundreds of dollars taken out of their account in the middle of winter, right? I mean, I guess it's a small story in the grand scheme of things, given what's going on in our whole country. But for people in Alabama, that's a real and immediate and hugely expensive thing that is very obviously Donald Trump's fault.
I just got my utility bill. I'm so scared. Those of you living in North Alabama know this fear. Apparently TVA is charging Huntsville Utilities more for whatever, and then it's 100 million degrees of hell. I'm so scared. It does nothing. $753. And guys, it's all electric. For those of you that don't know, Huntsville Utilities, everything's on here. Water, sprinkler, gas, electric, sewer, trash, taxes, whatever, okay? Nothing else is extraordinary except electric at $606. We have changed nothing from last month, nor from last summer. That we do when it's hot.
Hi guys, welcome back again to my channel. It's so good to have you. Thank you so much for clicking when you saw this video. So residents of Alabama is currently finding out in a very strong manner because the prices of the electricity just skyrocketed overnight. Imagine waking up in the morning and you find out that you have been slammed with extra $100 worth of electricity. That's exactly what they're finding out right now, and a lot of them are regretting their vote because it has happened. They didn't see this coming, but it is what it is. So these guys massively voted for the current administration, and now they can no longer afford to.
Alabama Power is so scared of voters right now that they're actually lobbying for a bill that would end your right to vote for the people who regulate your electric bill. We're calling it the Alabama Power Grab. Here's what this bill does. It would eliminate elections for the Alabama Public Service Commission, or the PSC, and replace them with political appointments. The PSC is supposed to be the watchdog. They approve rate hikes, they oversee Alabama Power's practices, and decide which costs you get stuck with. So if you're wondering why your bill keeps going up, this is literally the agency that's supposed to protect you. This is a power grab, plain and simple. When people are getting crushed by high utility bills, the answer is more accountability, not less. And here's the part that should make your blood boil. Alabama Power is prohibited from donating to PSC candidates, but there's no such prohibition for the governor or the legislature. So this bill shifts utility regulation into the part of politics where Alabama Power's money can run even wilder. So here's our message to Alabama Power. Hell no. We stand with the people. Here's what you can do right now. Call or email your state senator and representative and tell them to keep the PSC accountable to voters. Vote no on the Alabama Power grab. They want to take away your vote because it's the only thing they can't control. Don't let them. The link's in the bio.
A new bill dropped today that would take away your right to elect the Alabama Public Service Commission. That's who sets your utility rates. Instead, it would be appointed by other elected officials in the state. Why is this important? A recent WBRC investigation showed that Alabamians pay some of the highest electricity bills in the country. In fact, this was rolled out as an affordability package with other bills, but there is nothing in this legislation that cuts cost or reduces rates. Simply, it reorganizes the governance of the Public Service Commission. The timing is also interesting. This bill was filed less than 2 weeks after 10 people qualified to run for the Public Service Commission. 2 of those 3 seats are up for election in November, and if this bill passes, it will be the last Public Service Commission election. The next one that would be up for the president in 2028 would be the first round of appointments. Now, Energy Alabama today is sounding the alarm. They want everyone to understand what's going on here. They said this is the last check for consumers to be able to hold people accountable for their rates. They're also saying Alabama Power is behind this. They went as far to say that Alabama Power contacted them asking for their support on this bill. We've reached out to Alabama Power. They have not responded to us, but we will keep you posted. We've got a ton of information on this bill right now on the WBRC news site. Just go to WBRC.com/price of power.
It's amazing how quickly politics changes when the monthly bills start getting bigger. Across Alabama, many families are talking about something that affects them every single month, their utility bill, as electricity and other household costs continue to put pressure on family budget. More people are asking tough questions about why it's becoming so expensive to keep the lights on. I've noticed that some voters who strongly supported President Trump are now saying their biggest concern is not campaign speeches or political argument. It's whether they can comfortably afford their monthly expenses. Of course, many Trump supporters remain firmly behind him, but for others, rising living costs have become the issue they simply can't ignore. And that's what I find interesting. In politics, people can disagree on almost everything, but when everyday expenses keep climbing, those economic concerns often become personal. Families don't experience inflation or higher utility costs as headline. They experience them when they open the mailbox or check their bank account. Now, to be fair, utility bills are influenced by many factors, including fuel price, infrastructure costs, many regulations, weather, and decisions made by utility companies, not just by any one president or political party, but voters often judge leaders based on how the economy feels in their daily life, regardless of where the underlying cause come from. That's why I think this story deserves attention. It raises a bigger question. When election time comes around, will people vote based on political identity, or will they vote based on cost of everyday? Now, I'd like to hear from you. Do you think rising utility bills will influence how people vote in future election, or do you believe other issues will matter more? Let me know thoughts.
Here. So as we continue to follow up on your concerns about Alabama power bills, we had reached out to the Alabama Public Service Commission. We had an interview set up for Monday this week with Commission President Twinkle Kavanaugh. Due to her being sick, she had to reschedule according to her office. We rescheduled for February 20th at 1 o'clock in Montgomery. I just received a phone call saying that she is too busy and will be traveling and is unable to do that interview. I asked when we would be able to reschedule, and I'm told there is no opportunity to reschedule on the table at this time. We'll continue to follow up and try to get answers from these elected leaders about your concerns.
Why are y'all so angry? You have the White House, you have both houses of Congress, you have a Supreme Court that is completely obedient to your president. They're willing to give him unlimited power. They're willing to say that he can take SEAL Team 6 and kill anybody he wants. They were willing to affirm that. They're willing to say that ICE can racially profile anybody they want. The United States Supreme Court has said you can racially profile Latinos based on their accent or the way they look. You guys have everything you want. You have legal racial profiling. You've ended DEI. You've ended affirmative action. You get all the best jobs, even if you're not qualified. You can be a Fox Weekend host and be the Defense Department's Secretary of Defense. You can be Kash Patel and be a podcaster who wants to go to Valhalla and run the FBI, as long as you're conservative. You have everything. Why are y'all so angry? What the fuck are you angry about? You've banned all of our books. You've banned Black history. You banned the 1619 Project. You don't have to compete with women for jobs. You've chased them out of the military. You've chased them out of the senior positions in the Department of Defense. You've gotten rid of all the Black history in the museums. Museums are terrified. I have contacts that I'm talking to inside of the Interior Department, people who are running all of those spaces where you can go and see a Civil War memorial or something. The people who work in these places are terrified. They're afraid to tell the real history. The people who are working for the federal government are afraid to say the word Black. You guys have canceled Black scholarships. You're damn near, I guess, ready to get rid of HBCUs. Donald Trump just recently said they're not going to fund any minority serving institution. Y'all have gotten rid of that. You've gotten rid of help for Black kids to go to college. What more do you want? What are you so angry about? I go every so often, I go and look on X Twitter. Y'all are the maddest people ever. Y'all are so angry for people who have everything. Y'all said you want your country back. You have it. The rest of us are sitting back and trying to keep our peace and preserve our peace while you all are running the country. If the airlines are crashing, that's you. That's the people you wanted to run the United States government. The FBI, y'all are laughing at them on X Twitter and saying that they look ridiculous. That's your FBI. They've purged the people who made the FBI what it was. It's not what you wanted. You have your podcasters running the FBI. You have your friend from the real world running the Department of Transportation. That's what you wanted. There's no longer a gay guy there. The gay guy's gone. The gay guy's at home with his kid and his husband. He's not in charge anymore. The Department of Justice is what you wanted. It's your Justice Department that won't release the Epstein files. If you're mad about the Epstein files, you shouldn't be mad at me and the left. You need to be mad at Donald Trump. You all have the country. You run every red state like it's already Project 2025. You won't let women have abortions in Texas. They're literally dying of sepsis. That's what you wanted. You wanted women to have only 6 weeks to get an abortion in Georgia. You got it. You wanted Texas to be a petri dish and a laboratory for every right-wing, anti-Black, anti-gay, anti-trans idea. And you also got rid of vaccines. Every child in Florida is now going to go to school with kids who could give them measles, mumps, and rubella and COVID. That's what y'all wanted. You now have a paradise in Florida where you can get sick, cough on people, let them die of whatever disease you're carrying. It's almost like you've got the pilgrims again that can come and cough on all the natives and take them out. That's what you wanted. You got it. You wanted Florida to be that. It's that. You wanted the United States to be Florida. It's that. But yet you all are still so angry. I don't understand it. I genuinely don't understand it. I don't mean to rant and rave, but I am genuinely trying to get to the bottom of what you all are so angry about. And I think I have a suspicion and I have a guess. What you all are angry about is that while you have gotten everything you wanted on the right, we on the other side won't give you love for it. We won't respect you for it. We won't hail you for it. We won't respect you and say, hey, we want to, have you at the Oscars. We want to fet you. We want to make you guys, we want to wrap our arms around you. You want us to embrace you. You don't just want to run us and tell us what to do and tell us what to think and tell us what to read and tell us what history we can have. You don't just want to tell us what to do. You want us to embrace you. What you really want is to sit at our table. You're mad because while you are running the country into the ground, you're destroying your own farmers with tariffs. You're destroying your own farmers by taking away their subsidies that used to go with USAID. You got what you wanted. They've ended the farm subsidies. These are the things y'all asked for. You got your big, beautiful budget. That's what you wanted. Trump gave it right to you. You got your permanent tax cut. You're still pissed because the left, the other side, the majority, we still cannot stand you. We cannot stand Christian nationalism. We don't want it. And because we will not say we want your Christian nationalism, we embrace your Christian nationalism. We like your Christian nationalism. We like you. Because we won't do that, that's why you're still mad. But guess what we're going to keep on doing? We're going to keep on being moisturized and unbothered, and we still not going to like it. We're never going to like Christian nationalism. We're never going to accept it. We're never going to be down with it. And our squad is bigger than your squad at the end of the day. We have the Boricuas. We got the Mexican Americans. They done woke up. They said, whoo, Lord, let's go ahead and go with these folks. We got the spicy whites. The spicy white folk are with us. They're with us. Right? We got the Asian Americans who've woken up and said, whoa, we better be with them. Right? Chinese Americans, they see you. Japanese Americans are like, you're going to do internment again? We see you.
South Koreans
are like, oh, we see you. Y'all gonna kick the South Koreans out. Now you're going to cry because Georgia's going to have a worse economy because you're not going to get to have the South Koreans teaching y'all to have those high-tech jobs. The South Koreans are like, oh, well, sure hate it. Africa's like, we're just going to do business with each other. We got BRICS. We don't need y'all. Tourists are like, we don't need y'all. The African Americans, the Caribbean Americans are getting together and said, yo, why are we fighting each other? Caribbean Americans are like, yo, we were y'all. We've been hip hop together. Let's go off. And you're mad at us because we do not want to be with you. This America you want, that's yours, y'all. You keep it. We don't want it.